Hello everyone, today we are going to make stuffed mushrooms using our deluxe air fryer. And here are the ingredients that we will be using. We have some chopped spinach, green onions, some cream cheese, breadcrumbs, red wine vinegar, some olive oil, baby bellas,
mushrooms,
mozzarella, butter, some garlic and herb seasoning, along with some salt and pepper. Now the first step that we're going to do is we are going to wash and stem the baby bellas. Okay, so now we have our mushrooms all cleaned and stemmed. So the next step is going to be cutting the onions. So what I like to do first is kind of cut them with a cooking scissors, and then I do more of a fine chop with the knife. Mackenzie is going to show us how to cut the onions. Watch your fingers.
Now that I finished cutting up the onion with the scissors, my mom is now using a knife to chop up the onion into smaller bits, as you can see. I would myself, but Mom doesn't trust me with a knife like that.
Okay. So our next step is going to be making the filling, and our little helper Mackenzie here is going to demonstrate this. We went ahead and pre-measured some of the ingredients already. So the first ingredient is going to be 2 ounces of mozzarella and our green onions that have been finely chopped.
And nicely.
And then she's just going to mix that up a little bit. And then we're going to put in 4 ounces of cream cheese. Now they do have ones that are in sticks, but we didn't have that, so we just used the tub.
And wait, oh wait, that's actually pretty good. Easy. Okay.
You might need to use the fork and scrape it off. Perfect. And then the next ingredients will be our 1/2 cup of frozen spinach, which has been thawed and drained. We just kind of put in a paper towel and squeezed out any excess water. And then our next ingredient will be the pepper. Wait, hold on. 1/8.
Right.
Okay, and then dump that in. And then our next ingredient will be the Pampered Chef garlic and herb rub, and we need 1/2 teaspoon of that. So let's see.
This has holes. Okay, so.
And we can adjust it. Hold on. We need 1/2 teaspoon. You can actually take the lid off. Might be easier. Oh, that's okay. Dump that in.
This smells really good.
And then we need 1.5 teaspoons of our red wine vinegar here. So open that up.
So, I'm sorry if I spilled any of it.
Okay, so there's our 1/2, and then wait, we need 1 more. And
what?
I just want to show how easy it is to adjust. You just slide it up and down with your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fill it up.
Oh, that?
Yep.
Oh.
And dump that in, and then mix it up.
Right after you put the lid on, because I don't want it spilling. It smells really good. But yet it sounds really weird.
So our next step is going to, once it's all mixed together,
Wow.
will be to put this into the mushrooms. Now I only bought 1 package of mushrooms instead of 2, so I probably should have only made half of the filling mix, but that's okay. We'll just have extras for something else. All right, so once you've got that all mixed in, you can start putting it into the little mushroom caps over there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take the extras off this, and I'm just gonna put this to the side. Ugh. I hate mushrooms, and you know that. Here, I'm gonna take this big lump, just put it in. Is that enough?
Looks good.
Okay. How am I supposed to do that little one? I mean, really? Okay, then I'm gonna do this one. Boop, boop. Alright. Oh wow, that's a lot.
Okay, so we won't have you watch this whole thing. We'll just kind of snap our way to the next slide.
I'll snap it.
Okay, the next step is going to be making the topping. So the first thing we're going to do is we melted a tablespoon of butter. We are now going to mix in 1/4 cup of the breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
And a 1/2 teaspoon of our garlic and herb seasoning. And mix it up.
With a 4 as is most likely suggested. Actually looks pretty good. That's good, right?
Yep. All right, so once you get that pretty mixed up, the next step is to take the mushrooms, and we are going to just kind of hold them upside down and dip them into our little mixture here. So it looks like that.
Now we're gonna do with all of the rest of the mushrooms, including that one. So we gotta do all of these.
So we can snap and go to the next step.
Okay, here. Okay.
Now we're on the final step. So we are going to be cooking these in our deluxe air fryer. So we only made half a batch, so we only have the 1 tray. But if you had 2, then you would be able to put 1 on the bottom tray and 1 on the top. So let's go ahead and slide these in. And then we're going to close the door. And then we're going to turn the wheel, as you can see, to light up on the different settings that there are. So we want to put this on roast, and then we're going to hit the button, and we want to cook it for 15 minutes, and we're going to hit the button again, and there we go. Now it is cooking. If we did have 2 trays in there, then halfway through, and it would beep to remind you, you would want to switch the trays around, but since we only have 1, we're just going to let it go ahead and cook. So again, we're going to snap and be back when they're done. Okay, so we have about a minute to go, and I just want to come and take a look at everything. If at any point during the cooking process, if you want to see how everything's looking, all you have to do is hit the light. You can take a look in there and see. They are looking pretty good. And you can also turn it off. And then once it beeps, we'll go ahead and take them out and set them on our little cooling rack that we have over here. All right, so now we are at the end. Okay. We're going to take these out. They look delicious and hot. Alright, so there we have it, our very first stuffed mushrooms that we have made, and I can't wait to try them. Okay, so now that they've had some time to cool, we're going to give them a shot, try them out here. Very good. Has a nice crunchy topping. Filling is nice and creamy. I love it. I highly recommend making these. They are delicious. So join us again for a future recipe where we will make cooking a snack.